have two counter narratives, which is damaging the prospects of Dawah. And that is the population growth of 1 million per year. That makes it near impossible to plan it. And on the other side, the high risk, or the projection of oil prices going down, and therefore the revenues for the state declining significantly. So here it has to be a sense of urgency, not just in your project, but whomever you approach. You have to make them aware that you have a race against time. That's one thing to watch out for. Your own title, which is Al-Hiwar al-Watan al-Iraqi, all three words are contentious words, even within Iraqis, as to how to go about it. The requirement for dawah, the requirement for nationalism, and the requirement what it takes to be an Iraqi, the narrative of an Iraqi, create one. So to that effect, I think you have a challenge, which is the project scope itself. Need to be specific, smart objectives that they call them in MBAs, specific, measurable, and so on. So I think that's another issue to watch out for. I'm myself a mathematician, and I can assure you with all my mathematical skills and others, I can say with confidence the complexity of Iraq is very insurmountable. The interdependencies of the issues to bear in mind, and therefore understanding the root causes which you guys have tried to achieve. I could even say that the history, the problem of richness of the country, richness itself is a problem here, rather than opportunity if it's not managed right. Tribalism, militarization of society, and so on and so on and so on. They're all factors which have woven together has led to the problem of the challenges we have. Very few Iraqis do understand the depth of the challenges. I say this with confidence. Very few Iraqis do understand the depth of the challenge to rectify the society. Ramon talked about we are not social engineers or political engineers. True, but the problem we face are social problems. They're not political problems. I can assure you, it's not the constitution need to be fixed. True, I'm not saying, but primarily it's a social contract problem between a person and the rest. That right must be his neighbor. Iraqis are good at maintaining their houses, but not in neighborhoods. So when you try to say this is an issue of provisional versus central, it's not. It's a bit deeper than that. It's the person with the rest. The rest might be the street, might be the neighborhood, might be the province. That's where the problem is. That's where the broken social contract is. Because of the educational system, because of dictatorship. When we talked about the legacy of dictatorship, and I will not be here long, one of the key challenges we have is the inability to think, to decide, the mechanism of decision making. That's where the damage of dictatorship has taken place on the society. People collectively are not allowed, were not allowed, do not know how to go about making decisions. That's the DNA of the problem, which you guys have tried to fix in this national dialogue. I'm highlighting the depth of the problem here, by the way.
Thank you.
And I will finish with one main point here. And that is the objective, we talked about the alternative to democracy. And people highlighted the issue of people getting away from the state. The problem in Iraq we have that the state is too big. State is engaged in literally every walk of life now. So that's the problem we have. The other problem we have is people who are disenchanted or are happy with the state, they have two routes. One is violence, or to create an alternative to the state, if you can manage that, good luck. And thirdly is migration. And that's what we have now. So since 2003, with time, people are finding it. This is a whole generation of people who voted who were born in 2018, who just 2003 now voted in their election. All they know in their life is that they don't know anything else but what they have seen in their daily problems.
They have, by the way, unfortunately, they have even forgotten about Saddam Hussein and the regime. Because we have what I call a collective amnesia to purposely not to remember that period.